Hey there, this is going to be a tutorial on how to use display entities for the RWMC project. So, what are display entities? Well, there are three types: block displays, item displays, and text displays. So, block displays are things like these chains and cables up here. They're copies of blocks that you can scale and rotate. So, they quickly create one right here. You can see looks exactly like a stone block, except I can scale it, rotate it, do whatever I want with it, just like that. Item displays are pretty similar, except we want to use items for them. So if I type in something like wheat, which has a custom texture, see, it appears like this. So we can use these for things like signs, we use them for graffiti, and a couple other things. Some of this will become outdated when the block mod is released, but for now, we use them for signs. Alright, move that. So, I'm gonna use them to finish up this room. This is SU-A39. So, what we need here are some chains up on the roof here, and we also need a graffiti over here. Alright, so easiest way to make a display entity is just find one that exists, right click this white box here, press duplicate, and then I can click and drag, left click, and you can see I'm moving this around. Copy of the display entity. Right? So I'm just going to drag that down here, about where it needs to go. So you can also move it using these arrows, just to move in one direction. Right? Then I'm going to rotate it with the circles here. In order to scale a display entity, you want to click this box here, then you can use these squares here, drag in the direction you want. So that's about right. You can also scale in this direction by pressing this box, and so on. Alright, so scaled it. That's about right. Alright, so now we need to check not going out of bounds anywhere. Alright, it is poking up a little bit, so just move it down a bit. And that's good. Alright, this room has a lot of chains though. I'm gonna duplicate that a couple more times. Rotate a little bit. Push it over. And I'll scale it a little bit too. Check to make sure it's actually touching the walls. And it's going out of bounds there, so I need to move it down a little. Right. And I'll add one more. There are a couple more actually in the game. Like, I might add those later, or I might just leave them out. When using display entities, you normally don't need to copy the room exactly, as long as it looks good. Right, isn't poking through a wall. It's actually going through a wall here. Doesn't really matter that it's poking through here, because this is out of bounds. So yeah, that looks good. Alright, so then I need a graffiti over here. I'm going to put it on this wall. Could be on this wall. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so for graffiti, we use bones. For signs, we use bone meal, wheat, flint, and I think string. Whatever that is. Redstone? Yeah. Right, just depending on the color you want. But for bone, or graffiti, we want bones. So, create display entity. Hold Alt to access this menu. Create display entity. Make sure you're on item display. Click this, and then search up bone. Alright, it's going to open a menu, whole bunch of graffiti, and bone meal down here. Alright, so kind of hard to see these. Every graffiti is pinned in the builders channel of the Discord. So if you need to find something specific, you can look there. I've already looked this up. I need graffiti 255. Clicking on it, press done, and there it is. Alright, so I'm going to click the box, left click, and then drag it over. Put it as close to the wall as possible. Alright, then I'm going to scale it. It's pretty big. Something like that, maybe? Even bigger. Scale it. Scale it. It's good to keep both numbers the same. So like, see at the bottom, scale 13.75 on both. Just so it doesn't stretch weirdly. Alright, so that looks about good. So I can just left click anywhere outside of this, and it exits the menu. Alright, so that looks good. I might even rotate it a tiny bit. Yeah. Alright. I think that looks good. So, and I'm gonna do one more. So there's a karma flower here. So that's a golden carrot. Alt, create display entity, item display, item. You can also click it from your hotbar. This doesn't really work for bones because it just goes to the default texture. You can't do graffiti with it, but it will work for regular items. Alright, so done. You can also click additional settings here. None of this really matters except billboard. Billboard will make it so it's the item is always facing you. So I'm just gonna say center. So if you do that, see no matter where I go, it's facing me. I don't really want that here, so additional settings, fixed. That just turns it off. Alright. What else can I do here? So, edit transformation, you can scale it here. You don't really want to rotate it or translate it here. That kind of just messes it up. But if you want a precise scale number, you can do that here. Duplicate, explain that. Grouping basically lets you move multiple entities together. So say I have another here, I'm going to group it, hold display entities in range. So those are basically one entity now, so I can move them together. And then I can ungroup, and now they're all now. This doesn't work great if you have a whole bunch of entities together, and they can move weirdly. So be really careful ungrouping stuff. Alright, so you can also copy summon command. So that copies it to clipboard. I could paste down a command block, paste it in, and if I activated that, it would summon the exact display entity. You can also control middle click and get a copy of the display entity. So right click, place with rotation, sneak right place, place with more precision. That's rotated exactly 90 degrees, so it shouldn't matter. That places the display entity right here, exactly how it is over there. All this works with block displays as well. So if I open this up, you see all the same thing. Alright. Copy coordinates, doesn't really matter. Transform command, gizmo mode, all that you don't really need to know. And the rest is pretty self-explanatory. Alright, so I'm just gonna drag this over here, about where it needs to go. Rotate it. If you want to be more precise, you can hold shift and rotate, and see it's moving much smaller in increments, not by one, not snapping to ones. Right now it doesn't really matter, so I'm just gonna unshift. Same works for moving. And that's good. Rotate it a tiny bit. And we have the karma flower. Alright. So that's it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll make more of these soon.